sports. It's in the game.
Now from the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League. Time now for the second of 6 on this Super Wild Card weekend. And off we go on this Saturday night. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And this will wind up a Vikings first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line. From the gun, here's McCarthy. A dive and a catch. Incredible. His first catch of the wild card game, and good for a first down. To throw is McCarthy. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll be taken down after a short pickup. It's at the 27. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he's going to be taken down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Scoring first, so critical in a playoff game. They've got it here, 1st and goal. Here's a run. A short game, down to the 7. second and goal. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Vikings. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. So after one here on Super Wild Card Weekend, 7-0 is our score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Now they'll set up to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. A gain of 11, and it's first and goal.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game. Like, I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up first and goal.
A run on first and goal. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. The ball a little closer now. It is second and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Extra point up and good from Moody. And the 49ers come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. First and 10. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Catch made right side by Wilson.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. That is Ferguson in motion. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
To the ground after the penalty, and he'll get about 3 yards of that back, setting up second and long. To throw, it's McCarthy. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
It is 3rd and 10. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Here's a 3rd and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
Well, what this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth, he certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. He'll get rid of it and complete it. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This one downfield for Okonkwo. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender. And you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete. But if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Deron Bland. Good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one.
Really nice job here by the defender. I mean, how often, Mike, do we see on these long downfield passes the defender kind of lose the ball in the air and get himself out of position? Well, that wasn't the case here. Really well done. And if I'm this quarterback, after these back-to-back incompletions, I got to find myself a little rhythm and take some easier throws.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Now here's timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. The Vikings looking for 3. Bring out the field goal unit. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. He pushed this one to the right. No good. So it is halftime here in the NFC Wild Card matchup as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Who survives? Whose season continues on to next week? One half to decide it. Time for the third quarter of the NFC Wild Card game. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, a man open right side. He's got him. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That is a big gain for the 49ers. 36 yards. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. He'll look to throw. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Drive will start on the ground. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. They face 2nd down and 7. Now a give on the ground. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And there is nothing he can do. The defense had him all the way. They'll push him out of bounds. That's going to go down as a loss of 5 on the play.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And this will wind up a Niners 1st down as he gets this up to the 28-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy. But if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Oh, he coughs up the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. So 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Right back to him on first down. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. Second down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to take this lead.
They'll stay on the ground. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down. Now this time they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. The 49ers out for the punt. Important punt here in this tie game late. A fair catch called for and taken in, although we do have a flag down, so we're going to have to sort this one out. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A handoff as they try to run it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense. And it continued here on this last play.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Diamador Lenore there defensively to break that one up. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Back to throw. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
That's a tough incompletion right there. Feels like that down was their only chance to extend this possession enough to end this game in regulation. I think the smart move here now is you have to punt this ball away. You cannot risk a 4th down failure and give your opponent a short field to get a chance to win it themselves.
Now they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. Here's 1st down. That is Ferguson in motion. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
To the left side, he's got Ferguson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. The faithful roaring here in Santa Clara. This is 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
At this stage of the game, one play could be the difference between winning and losing, and that dangerous throw is just a little risky for my liking. I understand the notion of trying to make a play and being aggressive, but one turnover here, and this game could be over.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. Gotta have it, 4th and 4. Timeout 49ers. That is their second, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. possibly the play of the game right here. It is 4th down. In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll go. Here's McCarthy. That's taken in. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' first down. They'll wind up getting 7 on 4th and 3.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. And they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now, on 2nd and long. To the air once more is McCarthy. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incomplete. Jalen Johnson had the good coverage and is able to knock that one away. And the crowd a major factor now as we get to 3rd down. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
And in this situation, Mike, with time running down, an incompletion here is not the worst thing in the world. Remember, you're already well within scoring range. Now you're just trying to get as close as possible. You can't take a sack, and of course you can't turn it over. So if it's not there, just throw it away.
Here we go. This is 4th down. On 4th down, here's McCarthy. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
One play, 4th down. Everything you've done comes down to this point, Mike. I mean, what a finish. Somehow they dial up the play they need when they need it the most. And it looks like they're going to get out of this one with a victory.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here is 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings, as they are moving on. They got into the playoffs as a wild card. They get the win away from home in the opening round. Now they'll regroup and get ready for the divisional round next weekend. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.